Yo, what's up guys, it's Vader and I'm back with another figure review for you guys today, and it is none other than the Predator Badlands Ultimate Deck in Training Armour. And I've been waiting on this figure coming for quite a while now. It's finally here, and I have to say this could potentially be figure, like Neca figure of the year for me. Like honestly, this is such a great looking figure. I'm just blown away by like just the overall detail and the presentation on it. Even the box is really well done. Obviously you've got pictures here of the different like styles that you can have this figure in. It's just unreal what you get with them, and I'm really happy to basically finally get him in hand and show you guys everything that he basically comes with. You do of course get the combi stick that he used for like about 5 seconds into the film. Same with the bow. He's I think it's like a laser bow that he has, and wrist blades that do go into his gauntlet, but it's on the other side. Traditionally it's always been on like the right side of the Predator, but on this case it's the left side, basically where the where his communicator would be, or his self-destruct device would be. He's basically got the wrist blades and that part of his gauntlet now. So this is basically the clamshell. Obviously the figure's not in it, he's actually invisible. But yeah, the clamshell basically hosts the actual free interchangeable parts for his faceplates, which is really cool. Like at first when I seen this, I thought it was like extra heads, but it's not. And this is obviously all the accessories that you get, and I will say this is what I want to see from like an ultimate Predator figure, just caked with hands for holding like the different accessories that he's got. Like you can obviously have him holding the bow and arrow there, and then the sword and the combi stick as well, and obviously the wrist blades as well. But they're actually on the figure while I'm doing this part. So yeah, there are a lot of accessories, and I forgot to mention as well, there's a sword that you get as well. Be careful when you're actually opening it up, because at the back of the box they're like in like a little packet. It's like little clips that you can put on the sword, the sheathed version of the sword, where it's like folded up, and you basically clip them on his belt, and they basically like slot in like a little hole. But I will say that I am really impressed on the actual detail on the faceplates, especially the one that comes on them. I mean, these ones look really good, but there's just something about the one that's on them. Like there's like a little bit more refinement on the eyes and just everything else. But these ones look great. They look really good, and I like the actual attention to detail on the actual mask as well. It's really well done. And something that to note as well is I did actually repaint the sword, because I wasn't too happy on the actual tone of the bone texture of both of the swords. But yeah, look at this guy. Where do I even start? And I will say, when I first saw the images, like the prototype images of his the tunic that he wears, like the training like little gear that he has, I actually thought it was soft goods. It's that good. Like it actually looks like soft good, like fabric material, but it's not. And I have seen people customizing it so that it is actually like cloth goods, sorry, soft goods, like made of cloth. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for the camera to focus here on this guy. But yeah, you'll see what I mean with like the actual close up on the actual detail on the face. It is really, really well done. Really well done. He's even got obviously the missing chunk of his mandible there, his tusk, and it's just really well done. Like, honestly, the detail on the face alone is like worth mentioning. And I like the fact with the blades, they're a little bit different looking than most Predator gauntlets. They're not the traditional kind of ones. They look a little bit more different. And as I mentioned as well, these ones are actually not on his right side, they're actually on his left side, so I guess he's left-handed, or he prefers them on that side. But either way, he is just amazing to look at, and the articulation as well is really good on this guy. I will say, when you're bending the arm up, just be careful with the shoulder pad on that arm, and obviously when you're like posing the arm stretched out, just be careful with that part of the shoulder pad. But other than that, he is amazing. And the joints are very well hidden as well. They go well with the paint. But there's just something about that head sculpt that I just love it. I like this look more than the other ones that you get. This one looks like a more focused kind of look for him. As if he's just been like put into the planet that he's supposed to find the Callisk. And obviously this is this is basically what he looks like when you take off the faceplates. So like I said, there are four of them. 3 of them are unmasked, and the other one is obviously with the mask. And yeah, you can see how well it looks with the open mandible look. I will say, when you're posing, when you're actually like making them look up and down, the open mandibles do hinder it a little bit when you're obviously like having them looking down, because of the way that they've done the head sculpt for this one, where it's obviously like a faceplate. But yeah, I do really like it, and obviously this is what it looks like with the mask on, and yeah, I like this look as well. And I wouldn't blame you guys for like double or triple dipping on this guy, because like there's just so many like pose options that you can get this guy in. Have him with the mask on, with the bow, and like the combi stick in one hand, and obviously have the sword and his little belt there with the little clip there. I really like the detail on this one. It's really, really well done. It's probably Neca's best that I've done for a while. Probably my second favourite when it comes to like the overall detail on the actual face and how they've captured that. I'd still say that the Fugitive Predator one, the Lab Escape version, is my favourite so far on like the unmasked portrait, because it looks very much like the classic Jungle Hunter. But this one is just insanely good. I only have one little gripe with him, is the knee. Not really the articulation on the knee, but I would have preferred if they painted the actual the joints on the knees a little bit better. They actually are orange for some reason, but the rest of them is like a kind of like palish colour. And you can get them in a really cool pose like this, like just backhanding the plasma sword. I even went over the plasma sword with some Warhammer paint as well. Yeah, you can see the little joints there sticking out. They're more like an orange when they obviously should be the colour of like the arms, but that's just a little nitpick. Nothing too major. Nothing too major at all. And there is one thing that I will say that I'm really, really impressed that Neca was able to achieve with this one. And that is the fact that they are actually to scale. And this is him trying to hold the bow, the plasma arrow, or the laser arrow, whatever you would like to call it. But yeah, that's just him trying to hold it. He doesn't really do a very good job of holding it because of like that little wire there. I have seen people actually like use string, like cutting these parts off and like using like an actual string. I don't know if I'll do that, but I'm just happy in how this looks the way it is, and I don't really plan on posing him with the bow anyway. I'd much rather just have him holding like the combi stick or his sword there. But yeah, the bow and arrow is actually like a really nice touch, and as I mentioned, he is actually to scale with other Predator figures. Obviously we have Feral, which we'll be getting reviewed next, and obviously Deck next to Dutch and the Ahab Predator. So yeah, you can see the fucking Feral Predator just towers over everyone because of how big he is. I tried to get the Samurai Predator in as well, the one from Predator Hunting Grounds, and he basically is the same height as Feral Predator, if not a little bit shorter than him. Not totally, like obviously how Ahab is to him, but yeah, he is probably this, like they're not the same size as the Feral Predator. Yeah. So yeah, just one final little pose here. This is basically how I'm going to try and rock him for the remainder of the video right now. So, and I will say as well, he's actually got like little straps on his feet and the boots as well. And this is what I was mentioning earlier about the his articulation in the neck. And obviously you do get quite a few bits of articulation. You even get like a little ab crunch, but just be careful with, obviously, when you're moving it with the actual head. Don't over extend it, because the head just, it doesn't really have like much articulation in the head and obviously the neck. Because of obviously how they've done like the face changing gimmick with this one. But he does pose really well. And it's really seamless how it actually is with the faceplates. Like you can't really see the actual joints at the back, at the side profile of them. You can't actually see them, which is really good if you're into like taking like pictures and like movies, like stop motion animation with this guy. He's really photogenic. And this is basically paint that I used for painting the sword. We have Skeleton Horde, which was a shade paint, and Screaming Skull for painting the bone part there. And obviously we've got some Troll. For that one is the orange one, Troll. So the orange one is Troll Slayer Orange, and then the red one is Spirit Stone Red, and the white one is basically Korax White for like mixing, for basically doing a base coat on the white. So yeah, start with a base coat of the white colour on the bone parts, and obviously the parts of the sword that you need to do it, and then that's you basically set. So yeah guys, that'll do for this review on the Predator Badlands Ultimate Deck in training armour. Like I said, I'm going to try and get the Feral Predator uploaded next. So as ever guys, take care, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Cheers guys, thanks.